This is a Journey album with no Steve Perry. And if that sounds like Journey without Journey, you may be and are probably missing one of the most interesting chapters in the band's history. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dave's Side 1. I'm Dave, your host, who believes the best way to understand a band is sometimes to start before the songs everybody knows. Over here at Art of Listening Records, where every record has a story, and every story starts on side 1. Today we're talking about Journey's In the Beginning and how this collection helped me appreciate the Gregg Rolie era of Journey. For millions of people, Journey means Steve Perry. It means that unmistakable voice. It means the big choruses, the radio songs, the arena performances, and that era deserves its reputation. Those records connected with an enormous audience for a reason. But when one period of a band becomes that successful, it can make everything that came before it feel like a footnote. This album reminded me that Journey already had a story before the chapter most people know. So let's explore with a quick walk down Dave's memory lane. When I spent time with In the Beginning, I wasn't hearing the polished version of Journey that dominated radio later. I was hearing a band still exploring what it could become. The songs were longer. The arrangements had more room to move. There were progressive rock ideas. There were extended instrumental passages. There was more emphasis on atmosphere, musicianship, and development. And at the center of much of it was Gregg Rolie. For listeners who mainly associate him with keyboards and harmony vocals in the later Journey lineup, hearing him lead this version of the band can be a revelation. Gregg Rolie's voice gave early Journey a very different character. It's earthier, more blues-based, sometimes darker, and it fits music that was not yet aiming for the giant emotional chorus. Because Rolie had already been part of Santana, he brought experience with music that could move between rock, Latin influence, jazz, blues, and extended instrumental playing. That background helped make early Journey difficult to place in one simple category. This was not yet the band that would make Escape, but it was not an underrated band using the same name either. What makes In the Beginning so interesting is that you can hear parts of Journey's future already taking shape. Neal Schon's guitar is immediately recognizable. The band could create power. It could create melody. It definitely understood dynamics. There are moments when you can hear the instincts that would eventually support more concise and commercial songwriting. But those instincts are surrounded by experimentation. The band had not yet narrowed the possibilities. It was still waiting to stretch out and see where the music might go. Normally, when we talk about discovering a band, we talk about a studio album, but compilations can serve an important purpose. A good compilation like In the Beginning can create an entrance. It can take several records that listeners might not know and turn them into one invitation. That's what In the Beginning did. It gathered music from Journey's first 3 albums and presented that early period as a story worth hearing on its own. Instead of treating pre-Perry Journey as a historical curiosity, the collection encouraged me to hear it as a legitimate version of the band. Music fans sometimes want every conversation to become a contest. Which singer was better? Which lineup was the real band? Which era matters most? And that's not the point for me. Steve Perry era Journey and Gregg Rolie era Journey offer different experiences. One doesn't have to be diminished for the other to become more interesting. Understanding the beginning makes the later success more impressive, not less. So, on tonight's Side 1 spin, what band surprised you when you went back and explored its earlier work? Maybe the sound was completely different. Maybe a different singer was involved. Maybe the band had an entire career before the album that introduced you to them. Leave the band, the early album, and what surprised you in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Well, that's it for today's Side 1. Thanks for spending a little time with me once again. Please keep that needle in the groove, and we will talk to you tomorrow when we talk about an album I wanted for years. before I finally found the right copy. Talk to you tomorrow.